Hello there, I'm DPG, and welcome to Dan's Horror Pop Podcast. And today we're going to discuss some really interesting horror-related things, such as 2018's Halloween and Child's Play's remakes, the new upcoming Child's Play remakes, effect on the future of the slasher genre. Instead of having these PG-13 horror films, like Insidious or Our Quiet Place, we do get gems like Happy Death Day, but Halloween 2018 retcon 2 through the Rob Zombie remakes and herald in a new thing where you can have endless sequels now, because I guess they're going to do 10 more because it's made a lot of money. And I'm assuming with Child's Play, it's kind of like when they did the Rob Zombie remakes, which was part of the 2003 to today's remakes, that whole echelon of all these remakes that were taking over everything. This new Child Play remake and Pet Sematary are going to usher in horror and slasher films for the better. But I think my assuming is that Nightmare on Elm Street's going to get retconned and Friday the 13th is going to retcon. Hopefully we get a remake to the 2009 Friday the 13th, because I thought that one was really underrated and quite well done. Maybe it won't be so fortunate, but I think the least they'll do a reimagining for the sequel of the 1980 Friday the 13th, like they did with the 1978 for the 40 years later of Halloween, like they did in 2018, which I quite liked. It's my second favorite of the franchise, between, incidentally, Halloween 2. But my favorite Friday the 13th movie is 2009's remake, followed by part 5, A New Beginning, a lot of people don't like, and then my Nightmare on Elm Street, it's New Nightmare and Freddy's Dead. So they'll probably retcon all Friday the 13th. They'll retcon all of Nightmare on Elm Street. Heck, it might retcon Scream, Hellraiser, anything they can make, because I think they made a couple $100 million on Halloween 2018, and that cha-ching is big for these types. And with the Child's Play remake, I never was the biggest fan, but I can see how it could be really good, because it seems more like Terminator meets Child's Play more than the soul of a serial killer into a doll. That's why I didn't like it initially. I thought it was just kind of silly that the soul of a serial killer would go in a doll. I found that kind of funny. But I think maybe retconning, maybe I'll see it. Maybe I'll rent it if it gets a lot of good reviews. And then you got the Pet Sematary, which is remaking the one from the 1980s, which I just saw and I quite liked it. That's going to make it more scary, more gritty. And you got it just looks good. I'm excited. The future of horror is so up in the air mostly, and you just don't know what you're going to get. It just leaves me very excited, because I didn't become a big fanatic until incidentally I saw Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and Friday the 13th remake, because the only one I ever saw really was the Halloweens on AMC when I was a kid, and New Nightmare, which terrified me for years. I was scared of Freddy for years. And I don't know. I think now that I'm an adult, because my parents didn't like when I was a kid, now that I'm an adult, I've been really getting into the 80 horror movies, which makes me look forward to the Into the Darkness horror documentary they're going to be doing, which talks about 80s horror, which is probably my favorite era of horror. I do really quite like the black and whites, the ones from the early mid 1900s, the ones from the 70s. Obviously, I do need to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which could be another one they could retcon, because I've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and it was really silly, so maybe they would want to do a more serious sequel to that. I don't know at this point. They could be interesting. I mean, it's endless possibilities. Pumpkinhead, Wishmaster. They have all these elongated Puppet Master, elongated horror franchise that they could just retcon, because Leprechaun, I could go on and on. They have all these elongated horror series that had all these sequels that were kind of not as good as the original or not as good as the first two. And when I see these elongated horror franchises, I try to find the gems, the Friday's Deads, the Friday 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, you know, Halloween 2, not Rob Zombies, but Halloween 2 seems to kind of get downgraded. But I try to find the ones that people don't usually like, and that's I just with the 2018 Halloween. I mean, maybe if they're gonna do a Nightmare on Elm Street rehashing by retconning everything. Well, I think they'll bring back Robert Englund and Heather Langenkamp for one last go around, because they're getting up there in age. They can't do it forever. And for Friday 13th, I know who they could bring back. Maybe Kevin Bacon. That'd be kind of cool. Kevin Bacon in another Friday 13th movie. I'd see the heck out of that. That'd be a lot of fun. But I just really like the way horror's going. Hopefully they're going away from the PG-13 horror films and these reimagining, remakes, retconnings, these remakes. They're still doing remakes. They've been doing that since they did the Psycho shot for shot, which was very good. They even go back to 1982's The Thing, and the Hammer series is remakes. So I guess they've been doing remakes forever, so we can't complain too much about them. I just like the way, the direction horror is going to. It leaves me very, very excited. It leaves me hopeful for the future of horror. With this, how successful 2018, love it or hate it, but the successfulness of 2018's Halloween really can set up for a 2020 Night on Elm Street, a 2022 Friday the 13th, and 2024 Wishmaster, or Scream, or even Stepfather. They could retcon Stepfather, because the sequel wasn't very good, and the third one was unwatchable, and the the remake, blah. You could retcon that. I mean, there is endless horror series that you could do this to, and I'd see the heck out of those. What do you guys think? Would you guys see retcons of Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Stepfather, Wishmaster, even Child's Play with the new Terminator style? The new way horror's going away from the PG-13s and bringing the rated R ones back, even though I really liked Happy Death Day. I really liked that a lot. And Venom, I can't wait for Carnage, but let me know, guys. Let me know how you guys, in the comments, what you guys think of the direction horror's going into. And like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day, guys.